All right, everyone. So it's a pleasure to be here. It's crazy where I'm at. If I do sometimes miss good old sunny SoCal, but it is just like raining cats and dogs where I'm at. So that's a little crazy. All right. But always a pleasure to be here. I love doing this. We are going to be calling unclaimed state funds. I already have my first person up. She's got Capital One savings account that has gone dormant. Let me see what happens when I pull this lady up. Feel free to ask questions in the chat. I will get to questions and answer them as they come up. I mean, well, at halftime, I'll do a break in about 30 minutes, answer questions, and I'll do some more phone calls. Okay, so this woman is deceased, 60 years old, kind of sad, already sad. Yeah, here's her P.O. box. She's got a landline of 2020. I'm going to try that, see if another relative picks up. Got 3 relatives, all of them are over 65. Let me try this landline, see what happens on this. I want to remind everybody, if you're on my YouTube channel listening in, welcome. If you're on the Zoom call, which you'll, I want to first of all welcome you into this cold calling. It's a pleasure to be here. I do want to emphasize that this is for training and educational purposes only. Someone may give me a phone number, something like that online. So private information, just keep in mind that this is only for training purposes. I don't want anyone writing anything down or anything like that.
We're sorry, you have reached.
All right, let me try one of the relatives here. I'm guessing this is probably her husband. He's got a cell phone number of 2019. He's 65. She was 60.
This is Bruce. I'm sorry I missed your call. Please leave a message if you like, and I'll call you back.
At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hi, this is David Church. I'm trying to reach Bruce. Bruce, I'm trying to reach a family member of Cheryl Clark who had a P.O. box in Morro Bay, California. I'm calling about the dormant Capital One savings account that she had, and I'm trying to reach a relative. I can be reached at 949-371-5427. My name is David Church. I'm with JD Vista. Again, my contact information is 949-371-5427. Thank you. Okay, so I leave messages like that all day long, and I get calls back on that all day long. That's a good message to leave. Now, the worst thing you could do is have someone call you, which will happen. Many of you have been on the phone live with me when I've gotten calls back. And you can't tell someone why you're calling, and you never want that. So what I'm going to do is obviously be copying this information down. I just shot myself down a quick note of who I called. He is the person I was trying to reach. Now, this will go up in my follow-up calls because I know that I have the right guy. Payout here is, I'm not doing super high payouts today. This is well, it's decent. It's 26,000. I'm sorry, it's 16,000. So it'd be a $1,600 payout, and that to me that's worth working. There'd have to be a couple forms to fill out, claim for abandoned property, and then an heirship, but table of heirship, that's no problem. All right, so let me just copy down the case number and who I left the message for. And then this is one where if I mark it like I should, I would put this in my follow-ups. This is what everyone would do. Bruce is a relative that's just her contact of relatives. He answers, "Hi, this is Bruce." To me, that's a hot lead. He doesn't pick up today at 1. Will he pick up tomorrow at 9 a.m.? Will he pick up on Wednesday at 3 p.m.? This is one where I want to keep on working and farm my system. Okay. Let me go on to the next one here. Always keep cell phones away. I just got a text that totally took notice of it when I shouldn't have. And let's go ahead and do this. All right. And if you want to know how I'm calling, I am calling on Google Voice. Okay, this next one is a AXA Equitable. I don't know what that is. It is a matured policy, so I'm assuming it's some sort of like life insurance or something like that. But let's see if I get a hold of this guy. Oh, really quick on this first person that I tried, she's got 2 other relatives. Both are in their 90s. I'm going to leave that alone right now. Because I got a hold of the first one, I'm going to be content with that. If I had not reached him, I probably would have tried one of the other 2 relatives. But in their 90s, getting a hold of a 65-year-old, I'm good with that. Actually, I didn't really get a hold of him, but I know it's him because he left his name on the machine, which I love it when people do. Okay, so he comes up and he's got no family at all and no phone. Wow. But I do have an associate of his. I'm going to try this. I normally don't try associates, but I'm going to try. See if I can reach him.
Please leave your message for 7029829. To record your message after the tone, simply hang up when done. Or for delivery options, press the pound sign.
Hi, my name is David Church. I'm trying to reach Edgar. Edgar, I'm actually trying to reach a person by the name of John Tillery. If you know who that is, could you please call me back? I have a proceed of a check that has been returned to JD Vista, and I'm trying to get this to the right person. I can be reached at 949-371-5427. Again, it's 949-371-5427. Thank you. Have a good day. All right. That's the only contact that's really there. I'm going to assume that this is the right contact. Let me just jot a note down here, and I will go to the next contact here. Guys, tell me how you're doing. Tell me if you have any questions or anything like that, or anything going along. All right. Let's continue going on here. We'll try a few more people here as we go. Okay, this next deal that I'm coming across. Okay, this was Rockwell Collins Incorporated stock dividends reinvestment plan. And it's a trust, so I'm guessing that this person is probably deceased, but let's see. He is deceased, 95. And there's another lady on it, and it's just showing her in his contacts right off. She's 101. So there is someone else at the age of 67, just one relative. It's probably a son, is what I'm guessing. So let's try him. Cell phone 2016, we'll try that.
You reached 818-612-9148. Please leave a message and I'll return the call as soon as possible. Thank you.
At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options. To leave a callback number, press 5.
Hi, my name is David Church. I'm trying to reach David Parker. I'm calling, Mr. Parker, I'm calling from JD Vista. I'm calling regarding an account from, on Kinsey Street in Northridge, California that belonged to Douglas and Mary Parker. It was a Rockwell Collins Incorporated account that has gone dormant. It was shares of stock. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that. I am with JD Vista, just calling about that. You can reach me at 949-371-5427. 949-371-5427. I'm trying to reach the Fight Right family member, and you came up. 949-371-5427. Appreciate your time. Thank you. All right. So let's jot this down. He's the only relative here. And by the way, like, people ask me all the time, like, how often do I call back or how often I do this? When I leave messages like this, I'll be surprised if my phone does not ring as I'm doing this. But I would call all these leads back because I think I've probably hit just about every single number correct so far. Possibly I missed one here, but All right. Let's go to my next one. And by the way, if there was more relatives listed, I'd be trying multiple people, but there's not. So I'm leaving what I have. This is they've got another one here too. This one has a few different accounts. Well, it's a whole different number too. All right, let's go down here. Okay, this one is a company. I don't always try to do companies, but I'm going to try to in this case. Let me see who this company is. Okay, they're not coming up. Let me just try a California search. I'm trying the city. This has got to be them. It's in the next city over. Okay, I'm thinking that it's out of business. I could look it up on the site, but let's just try. I've gotten one person here, 75 years old, only landlines. Let's call him. Excuse me, guys.
Hello, we are not available now. Please leave your name and phone number after the beep. We will return your call.
My name is David Church. I'm trying to reach Rayo. Rayo, I'm trying to reach an officer, someone from Westlake Properties Groups. There is a past checking account to them, and I have you down as a contact information. This was from their Rosemead Boulevard address in Temple City, and it was an East West Bank checking account. If you call me back at 949-371-5427, again, my name is David Church. I'm with JD Vista. I can be reached at 949-371-5427. Thank you. All right, let's see here. Just write down this information here. The last 3 Mondays, I've gotten a verbal yes. I've gotten some contracts out, and I've got them signed. This nothing yet, but I'm definitely going to try. So hopefully you're following. YouTube, I'm looking at my YouTube. Thanks for the thumbs up on this. Yeah, this is good, man. I appreciate the comments in there, so appreciate it a lot. All right. Let's see here. Let's go on. Let's look at. Okay, so this guy's got a lot of relatives, and I'm looking at him right now. When I say a lot of relatives, I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 relatives. He's 75. I've got a woman by the same last name as 70. Let's try her first. And she's got just an old phone number, so let's not try her. All right, let's see who else I could try here. These are probably all kids. There's a relative that I tried, same phone number. All right, that's not going to work. Let me try another one here. So that one has the same number. Same phone number, relative. This looks like this one's deceased. So I say it looked like an outdated phone number. Hopefully this will make sense. This person's had 100 different phone numbers. Let's try this one.
Hi, this is Kumar. Please leave a message.
Hi, Kumar. My name is David from JD Vista. I'm trying to get a hold of a Rayo Yalamachili regarding a Westlake Properties group in Temple City, California. I haven't been able to reach him. I have you down as a relative. If you could please call me or have him get in touch with me, I could be reached at 949-371-5427. Again, it's 949-371-5427. This is regarding Westlake Properties and their Temple City address, and it's regarding a dormant checking account that they that they have not accessed for a while. Appreciate your time. 949-371-5427. Thank you. Okay. I'm going to try a couple of these numbers here, and then I'll do an intermission here and just talk to everyone here for a minute. And that was Kumar. I'm going to check a couple of the relatives on this one. All right.
Thank you for calling. Please press 1 to connect your call.
Thank you for calling Alan and Gretchen. Leave your name and phone number, and we will call you back as soon as possible.
Hi, I'm looking for an Eric Wall. My name is David. I can be reached at 949-371-5427. Again, it's 949-371-5427. Appreciate it. Thank you. All right. Let me see. One or two more people here, then we'll move on. This is probably a grandkid right here. And she's got the same house number. They all have the same house number, all these relatives. It's really interesting here. Okay. someone with a landline, but they have a different number. Let's try this one. I'm still on the same lead here. Can't connect my call. Let's try this one more time. It might be a bad Google Voice. Yeah, call failed. All right. So this person's not going to work. Out of all these relatives I was telling you about, I'm just about out.
Hello, we are not available now. Please leave your name and phone number after the beep. We will return your call.
Hi, my name is David Church. I'm trying to reach Vapola. Vapola, I'm actually trying to reach a relative of Rayo, and I think it's Yalamanchili is how you say the last name. If I have the right number, could you please call me back at 949-371-5427? Again, it's 949-371-5427. This is regarding a Westlake Properties Group checking account, and he's in charge of it, and we're trying to reach him regarding this account. Thank you. And there's one more phone number for Vapola that I'm going to try. Okay, and that's that number. All right, I've tried everybody on this list. Well, we haven't done that in a long time. All right, let me peek over. I'm going to do the Zoom first, and I'm going to peek over to the YouTube, see how everyone's doing. Got a few messages here in chat. David is typing, not speaking right now. Okay, Tammy. Oh, wait, let me start at the top. David, good afternoon. And Barry, can't hear you just fine. There's no sound. Okay, so yeah, I was typing in the beginning there. What state are you doing? So right now, Dylan, I'm working on California. Our payouts faster for smaller deals in California. Not necessarily Raycon. It all depends on the state has sped up a little bit. I'm hearing other states are doing the same. It just depends on where you're at, where they're at with COVID and everything going on. What is your recommendation for states to do state funds? Live in Florida. Yeah, you're right. Florida does. For lack of a better word, Dylan, unfortunately, they suck. Probably the states that I see people doing the best is California, Texas, Alaska. I know Arkansas. There's a few good states there that people work. Aaron, good to see you. How long and how many times do I call on my list without getting return calls? So, Aaron, my first call, the guy said that I was trying to reach a relative of the deceased, and his name is Bruce. It says, hi, this is Bruce. I have what I call a warm lead right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try that lead again and again until I reach that person. I don't know if there's necessarily a time limit. That's a great question. I will say that I don't follow up enough. I know Rick's team, our Wednesday night coach, Rick will call until they either tell him where to go or until he gets the deal. And I love that method. Now, I don't call every single day, but it's kind of like staggering the times. Like I've tried today, maybe I try them again. The most successful, and trust me, I'm giving you a huge break here, okay? The most successful people I see in the program, and I don't do this, and I should more, but I don't, is they call in the morning, and they call the same people in the afternoon. And they just say they try at like 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. Then in the afternoon, they call again. They say, hey, I left you a message earlier. I don't know if you got it, but you have this. Those are the people that get more deals than anybody. Now, I get deals. I do plenty of deals. I've never called twice in the same day, but those are the people that I see it. Trust me, I gave you a golden nugget right there. Trust me, if you do anything in your business right now because you're not getting return calls from people, do that. and that alone. Now, keep in mind, Aaron, I have contracts that have gone out and are in the process of going out for my last 2 Mondays. So you don't have to do it. I know some of you work on other stuff. Like I don't do it twice in the day, but just on a lot of my interviews and people that I've interviewed, that's what they've shared with me. In fact, I've got people on this call that I referred to quite a bit that have even told me that are doing very well. Hi, Dave. Have you ever done state funds in Hawaii? You know, Ashton, I have not, and I don't know a lot about them, but maybe you're being called to do it. What I'd like you to do is check it out and let me know if you would. Like email us at info@surpluslist.com. And I say this all the time. I get in trouble with this on my own staff. They bark at me for this, but say I gave you permission to email me directly and let me know. Just put Hawaii in the subject line, and I'd love to see how they do. I'm curious. I've never done Hawaii state funds. All right, everybody. Let's let me just check out some other comments. I'm YouTubing here as well. I'm new to this. Should I start with surplus unclaimed state funds? Thank you. Jesse, most people that I see that do this and that they do this successfully, they start off state funds is probably the easiest to start off with. Now, I do see a lot of people that come into state funds and like when you get into mortgage overages and tax liens, the payouts could be a lot higher, but also like I'd like to what's the word I'm looking for here? In regards to payouts, like right now I'm trying $1,600 deals, and there's thousands of these deals out there. What if I got one of these a week? I can easily do it. Okay, if I get one of these a week, that would be let's say $1,500. That'd be $6,000 a month. I've used that analogy a lot. 6,000 times 1272. I'd be making $72,000 a year, and you could do it. So. People could do state funds just fine. Hey, Jake, and I appreciate the response. Hopefully you guys get to see some live action here. Usually you do, so thank you for that. Annie, hi, David. Do I need to get a license to do surplus agent? And I'm in Brooklyn, New York. Is it possible? Okay, so Annie, that kind of ran together. Do I need to get a license to do surplus agent? I'm not sure if you're saying you're doing surplus funds or you want to become a surplus agent. There's so many different things. Most states do require you to get a license in that state, and yeah, so it just depends. You do want to check with your state and local rules of your state, though, and the payouts can be very nice. Mr. Lee Martinez, how many fingers am I holding up? Yes, this is live. Annie, I want to thank you for sharing your videos and seeing you do cold calls. Approximately how many do you do in a day? So Annie, that's a great question. That is a really good question. It kind of goes with what I was answering in Zoom just a minute ago. Most successful people that I see like break it up, like they do it in the morning, they do it in the afternoon. I would say ideally, if you could do 10 calls a day, that's 50 calls a week, that's 200 calls a month. You're going to see action. You should be getting a minimum of 20% of your calls, and then under contract, and then additionally, more of those will be coming up. And what I mean by that is like the first lead that I tried. Okay, I know that I have a relative of that family. Although I didn't get that deal today, say I get 5 of those within a week, and I follow up on all 5 of those. Deals happen that way. You have to be persistent. You have to follow up. You have to make this a habit. And I'm giving you all like a lot of gold nuggets right now. Okay, so. You have to make this into a habit, and you have to be willing to do this daily. It's like you walk in the room, and what's the first thing you do? You turn on the lights if it's a dark room. The biggest thing that I can tell you to do, and I'm getting into a coaching session here. I apologize, everyone. I'll get into cold calling here in a second again, and I'll go a few minutes over. We end up at 2:00 Central Time, but I'll go a few minutes over. What I would do is like there's little things like I recommend like the Commit to 3 app. You can put accountability, you can put daily goals in there. People always tell me like, oh, I want to make 25,000, I want to make 30,000 a month. Well, you can do that, and people have. But how about getting one deal in the next week? Can you do that? And that's a lot more simpler. And how about a smaller deal that pays out like $500-$600? And then there's so many out there that people aren't working. Then you say, well, I could do this. And you do 2 or 3 more. You did 2 of those a month. That's an extra $12,000 a year. and then you double it, then you increase it, then you get to the harder ones. Then you know how to find people, and you know how to leave messages, and you learn a lot of you learn the trade, the tricks and everything that go with the trade, and you go on from there. So yeah, that would be good. All right. Do you have any good scripts for cold calling? Jamar, I do. I've said those a lot in earlier videos. I would invite you to go and watch me, and hopefully I'll interact with somebody. Andy, where do I find out if I need to get a license in order to do state surplus funds? So, Andy, look at the state that you're looking at doing it in. Google that state and put unclaimed funds division. Contact them and let them know that. Ask them what the process is of being a state fund locator. How many state funds in Indiana, and how do I get a list? So Janelle, I just answered that with Annie's question. Sal, is there a downside to doing state fund deals with the business? So Sal, there's downsides in every business you do. And what I mean by that is I've had deals that I have a deal right now that I'm working. I've actually done a YouTube video on this. Sweet old lady. I mean, type of lady that I want to she lives in Huntington Beach, California. I want to take her out to dinner and thank her for her time. Her son is deceased. He had a corporation, and because he's been deceased, he hasn't been able to pay taxes. Well, the California Franchise Tax Board has a lien on the corp. Well, so now there's almost 40 grand here. I get $4,000 if I get this woman paid. She has signed with me. She is notarized. She has given me a copy of her Social Security card. Sweet old lady. Not everyone does that, but she did. I have all her information in the state, and I'm trying to get this corporation solved with the Franchise Tax Board. I'm on a time limit. I've actually reached out to my surplus funds attorney. I have him looking at. I'm just like, hey, look at this. If I don't get paid, but I get her paid, I'll be happy. Don't get me wrong. I want the $4,000. I mean, I'd be lying to you if I said that, but literally with a woman who's distressed like this, she's lost her son. She's got a good head on her shoulders. When I talk to her, she always says, "Hey, David, how you doing? I've got faith in you. I like you. I've called you numerous times." And it's like, wow, what if this was my grandma? What if this was my, and by the way, my grandma just passed a couple months ago. She was 95. I mean, what if this was a family member I had, so it's kind of the route that I take it from there. Okay, Jamar, talk to me about that later. I do give out some free scripts. I do have my secret script in the course that Warriors only have, and it wouldn't be fair to them if I let that out. I really do appreciate that though, on what you said there. I have a website in the LLC created for my business. I just need to practice, and that's the thing. Yeah, practice. Go back and look at some of my YouTube videos, some of the earlier ones that I've done. I give a lot of information there on some scripts and stuff like that. All right, let's get into a few more cold calls, and then we're going to wrap this up with the day here. You guys have been great, and let's go ahead and see what else I could get, if I hopefully could get a hold of anybody here, and go from there. All right, let me get to my right screen here. Okay, I was hoping someone would call me. My cell phone always rings. It's been a dead day, which you have in marketing. I mean, sometimes you have dead days. Last week I didn't market. It was Memorial Day, and a couple weeks before that, I've either had a hot lead or a deal go out. It's been pretty awesome, and I'd love you all to be able to see that on a cold call. There have been plenty of those, and there's plenty of cold calls where I don't reach anybody, but you always follow up like we've talking about. All right, let's go and do this. Okay, Mercury Mortgage Company, vendor payment. Let me even see if this company is in business, and then I might just go back to individuals. Let me see how big this company is. All right, it's right here. I've got a few people here. All right, let me try this person right here. All right, he's deceased. All right, let me see. Try this person's cell phone.
The person you have dialed is not able to receive calls at this time.
All right. It's on his cell phone number. He has a couple landlines of 2019. Let's try these.
Hello.
Hi, my name is David Church. I'm trying to reach James Sawyer.
Speaking.
Hey, James, I'm with JD Vista. I'm calling you on a recorded line. I'm trying to reach someone affiliated with Mercury Mortgage Company Incorporated.
Okay. Who are you with?
I'm with JD Vista.
What?
There is a vendor payment from ADP Incorporated that has gone dormant. Are you familiar with that?
Yeah.
All right, it's back from of June of 2009 that this was cut to you guys, and it's been sitting there dormant. We help people get paid. I would love to work with you if you want us to help you retrieve this. Are you still affiliated with the corporation or no?
Well, the corporation's defunct.
It is okay.
Yeah.
Did it
But
and I thought that because I saw some documents. I'm sorry, you want to say something? Go ahead.
but I was affiliated with it. Yes,
Okay, and you still have paperwork for that?
I believe so.
Okay, with your permission, what I could do is I could show you the agreements on what it would look like. The vendor payment is from it would cost you nothing. It's from it, and then if you work with JD Vista, and we've got a website. We're a California corporation. Once you get paid, we would get 10% of it. There's $16,425.96. It's from ADP Incorporated. I don't know if you know who that is.
Yeah, the payroll company.
Oh, is it? Okay. What I could do is I could go ahead and show you what the paper would look like. It's a little different with corporations, so it would give me about a day to get it all together. And I could send it to you and then have you take a look at it and follow back up with you.
Okay.
All right. You want me to go and email it to you?
Yeah.
Okay. And I don't have your email. I usually do, but your email's not showing here. Can I get that from you?
P. Sawyer. S-A-W.
Okay. I can have these to you tomorrow for you to look at. It'll be sometime in your inbox tomorrow. What would be a good time for me to follow up with you?
Anytime.
Okay, so maybe I'll give you a call back on like Wednesday this time and touch base with you and just go over the process. And yeah, I appreciate it. Any questions?
No.
Okay. I did cut it out. He gave me his email and everything. Hey, James, sorry about that. I don't know if that was me or you.
Not a problem.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll get you the forms. I was done. I'll shut up here. I'm sorry. I'll get you the forms. I'll get them in your inbox and I'll follow back up with you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Really appreciate your time. Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
That's what I'm talking about, baby. Right there all day long. Guys, the last 4 Mondays I have called, I have gotten very strong leads. That is what you're looking for right there. Now, do I have this under contract? Absolutely not. Do I have a potential strong lead? Absolutely. Okay. Let me write down some information here and then go from there. I'm excited. I'm so jazzed right now. I want to make my next call. And with all of you asking me questions, I've gotten calls like that on every single Monday that I've done these deals. The last 4 or 5 Mondays straight, I've gotten either a strong lead or a yes on the contract. I don't have a yes yet, but I have what I call very strong lead. By the way, I did interact a little bit longer than usual because I wanted you guys to hear just how you could dialogue with people and what to go from there. Absolutely. And I'm on the. There's a electric storm going where I'm at. I'm online right now, and I think what happened is it just did a brief disconnect right there, which happens sometimes. So, nice guy, a little bit nervous. I gave him a deadline of when the contracts. When's the best time to follow up? When's the best number for you to reach at? Okay. Sorry if you're on the YouTube, you're not going to see this, but you can take notes here. If you're on my Zoom, you're going to be able to see this. Okay. So, I can't show you our vendors. I can show you one of them, where one of these is. But let me just go ahead and show you the lead itself, and then what I would do. Okay. If you're brand new in the Warrior community, take some notes here. This is huge. Okay. So basically, here's the deal right here. It's for $16,425.96. Let's say I get this deal right now, and I will work on and do everything I can. I'll probably put an hour to an hour and a half into it. Let's go an hour. With these calls, the paperwork, the follow-up, the state, and everything. Let's go an hour and a half. $1,600 an hour is no job I've ever worked has ever paid me that. So, like I said, if I did one of these a week, I'd be okay. If I did one a month, that'd be an extra $18,000 annually that I'd be making right there. And there's many of these out there. Now, what I would do from here, and not a lot of people work corporations, they are a little difficult, is you have a couple CRMs. I'll put these on both YouTube and my Zoom chat. But you have a couple CRMs. There's Trello and there's ClickUp. Okay, I have a teaching board here. What I would do, that's not the teaching board I want to use. Let me try a new board. And by the way, what you could do is you could come in here and you create your own board. You just go to create a new board. And I've shown a lot of teaching boards on here. I have my software developer who uses this one. And these are the same. So I have a couple here, but I have some that I teach with. So here's one that I was teaching with. Now, let me archive this one. Okay. So what I do is you can add these across here. And right now, I could either do a follow-up or I could do a verbal agreement. I have a verbal agreement with this guy. He did say, okay, he would go from here. So what I would do is I would start off with today's date, which is the 7th of June. Write this site down, take this information. You should all be able to see my screen. Then what I would do is I would write down the name of the guy that I spoke with, and I would put California. First of all, California state lead number, and then what I always do is I always start off by putting the lead number right here. So I come up here, I take this lead number right here, and I put it right into the follow-up. Okay. And then I'll put spoke to. I put his email. I put his phone number. Told me the corp was dissolved, and to go ahead and email him the paperwork. Agreed to let me call him on Wednesday. Told him paperwork would be out by tomorrow. Bam, right there. Okay, now I want to do more than just that. Now let's say he said to me, can you call me back? I'm not sure. It would go my follow-ups. And then once I get the verbal agreement, I could move it from here to here. And then once I send out the contracts, once I get the contracts back, but I'm going to do more than this, okay? First of all, I'm going to set myself a due date. So if I come over here to dates, on the bottom, it's saved right here. It's due date. I'm going to make this a due date of tomorrow to get the contracts out to him. I'm actually going to work on this one tonight. I'm going to save it right there. Then I'm going to do two things. Number one is I'm going to take a copy of this claim right here. Okay, I'm going to come back up here to this lead, and I'm going to attach that. And I have a Mac. You could do a snippet if you have a PC or what have you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and attach this right here, attachment. And then I'm going to come up here, computer. I'm going to do screenshot. I always do these, and I always go through and delete a million of these. There it is right there. And then we'll go from right there. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing with his phone number. Is I'm going to go and I'm going to do a screenshot of his contact information. and I'm going to put it in there as well. So I'm going to come back up here. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to do an attachment, computer, and right there's his contact information. I have everything I need in this lead right here. So I have all those attached. I have his contact information, the lead itself. I have my due date in here. I will get a notification when this gets out. This is a very good CRM to have. This is developed since we've done our training. So if you're going through the training right now, I believe next week we're going to have this in the training, but right now it's not in there. So if you're brand new, if you are brand new in this program, or if you're watching me on YouTube doing this, welcome. This is how deals get created and follow-ups. By the way, every single one of the leads that I've tried so far is definitely worth me calling back and working and doing things. This is a hot lead that I don't want to ignore. By tomorrow, and again, I have a different CRM, so you're going to see this differently, but this should go from here to here. Once I get the contracts back, they go from here to here. Now, I will offer to send a notary out. I'll offer to help work with them and assist them on this. He knew the account. He knew all the information. He has this. And again, I'm going to have to work this to get it back. Once I send it off to the county, and then I'll get paid. And we're talking months out here. But again, this list should be growing and growing for me. Yeah, it should. I have a problem file here, like the lady I was talking to you about that's in her 80s that has a son that's deceased. She's in my problem file right now. She's great. It's the California Franchise Tax Board. Or I have a follow-up, like if someone says, hey, I'm in Hawaii, call me back next week, then this card would go from, this card would be in here for this one. But this is a great organizational system. ClickUp, I like ClickUp a little bit better. I just always teach on Trello. I don't know why, I just do. I have other accounts in Trello. I guess that's why. So yeah, that's huge too. If you're brand new on this program, this is a huge gold nugget. Let me just type these in. I have comments here that I need to get to. All right, I have time for one more call. I know I said I'd go over, and I'm going to. I'm going to read some comments and questions that you all have, and go from here, and then go from there. That was a live call. That was a real deal right there. That just happened on the phone. All right, let's look at one more here, and then we'll call it. I'll answer some more questions. Okay, let's see here. By the way, a lot of people won't work corporations like that. They're too inconvenient to look up the person. So for all of you that don't work corporations, or you think it's too hard, thank you. It makes me more profitable. I'm kidding, but yes, it's just sometimes you want to work a little on what other people don't work. All right. Here's some stocks. Let me see if I get a hold of this person. Having a little technical difficulty here with the address. Okay. Looks like there's a little glitch with the address, but it looks like the owner of this is deceased. Although it has another person on it. All right, this is really interesting. I'm gonna try the younger one of these. It looks like this is his son. Okay, I think it's this one right here. It looks like there's a 104 and a 63-year-old. The 104 is deceased, but it looks like the 63-year-old, and then there's a female in it who's 60. So I think this is the husband and wife. Just kind of trying to sort this out. All right.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. Lori Hanson is not available.
Hi, my name is David Church, calling for Lori. Lori, I'm calling you regarding to an address on Crowley Way. We had 7056, but I think there was another 9056. There was a Kimberly Clark Corporation stock shares, 262 shares. Don't know if you remember that. This has gone dormant. I'm with JD Vista. If you can call me back, my number is 949-371-5427. Again, it's 949-371-5427. Thank you. Okay. Now I'm going to try her. It's weird because that showed Robert, and then I have Lori as a relative of his, and there's no cell phone number. Okay, and Robert and Lori both are on the account. I'm going to leave it like that. Let me just write down my information, and this will be a hot lead for me to call back, and let me answer questions that are here. All right. And I got the lead number there. All right, let's start off with Zoom, and then I'll finish this up in YouTube. Okay, so I already answered the one in Hawaii. Thanks, Dave. We'll do. That was. We'll do. What was that email again? Could you put it in the chat? Oh, info@surpluslist.com, and Ashton. People who email that's the company's email, and then it'll make its way to me. So it's info@surpluslist.com. What would you say to someone who is just starting off cold calling but isn't getting any deals? So Zoom user. Okay, so you've seen me get one hot deal, one hot lead, and many people that are going. There's something I would bring this to a coaching session. You've got a great Monday night coach, bug him. He's on this call right now. You have a great Wednesday night coach, and bug him. Feel free to email us, let us know. If you're calling people and you're getting a hold of nobody and you're getting no return calls, there's something going on with we need to work on that. Ashton, hey Dave, what paperwork are you sending along with the agreement? So Ashton, there's a little bit more paperwork. It's the claim for abandoned property. Then we're gonna have to show corporations, and we're gonna have to show docs, and we're gonna have to prove that he was on the corporation. I've only done one other corporation deal so far in California, to be honest with you. I've done California deals, but I haven't done a whole lot of corporations. I take that back. I've assisted in a couple with Warriors and coaching, but I haven't actually. I've only done one other one than this one. So it's just getting everything lined up with the state, with the investigators agreement. That'll be the first one that I'll ask him to sign. Also, once the claimant agrees, do you mail physically copies or continue to do all the paperwork electronically? So Ashton, the best way to get and I should have done this a little bit more with you guys. The best way to get the paperwork in is to ask him when he could be at his email and email it to him at the same time, and then go ahead and email him the paperwork at the same time, and then show it to him on the email. I'm sorry, I'm reading questions ahead here, so I have way too much thoughts going through my head. So that's what I do there. Meaning, like, Can you be at your computer tonight at 9? Can I email you and can I go over this at 9 o'clock with you on the phone and then arrange for a notary? Once he agrees, arrange for a notary to go out. Nancy Rivera, she's not on this call right now, is she? Her and I. Oh, she is. Hey, Nancy, how you doing? Nancy, I'm gonna unmute you. I'm putting you on the spot, Nancy, on my YouTube. Let me unmute you. Allowed to unmute. Let me see, where could I put this in? I have to ask to unmute. Nancy, can you unmute yourself? She had no idea I was going to do this. It's totally impromptu. Maybe she's sleeping. She's not responding to me. Nancy, you there? You could unmute yourself, Nancy.
Yes.
Oh, there you are. How you doing, Nancy?
I'm doing fine, David. How are you?
Good, good. So I was thinking of the example the other day when you were on the scale coaching call, and you actually just you had a deal on the call, and you just sent the notary to the claimant, correct?
Correct.
And she signed everything for you right on the spot and got it back to you, correct?
No, she didn't get it back to me. I sent instructions to the notary that send it for me and drop it to the FedEx store, and that's it.
And it went straight to the state?
I'm sorry?
Okay, and it went the notary sent it directly to you then, right?
Yeah, the notary
Send it
went
to
to
the
the house of the client and then send it to the state for
To
me.
the state. Okay, nice. Those are the best deals that I see that go across and do that. So congratulations on that deal again too. I was actually on the phone with Nancy. It was so funny. She got like really kind of hot and sweaty. It was great to see you get that, man. That was one of my favorite like all time to see you get the deal, man. That was awesome. So
I got another one and I closed it, a small one, and then I'm working on a $44,000 one. I'm about to close.
oh, nice. Congratulations.
Yeah, I have been away, but it's a lot of things.
That is awesome, man. Congratulations. I hope you get the $44,000. That'll be a $4,400 payout. That'll be sweet.
I'm excited.
I'm excited for you. So you're gonna have to keep me updated. You're gonna have to keep me updated on that one. So and to go back with what I was saying, that's how I see a lot of people get the deals and the structures back. All right, let's go through. I've got a couple more comments here in the YouTube, and then I'm gonna turn this over to Barry as I do need to get going. Okay. Let me see. Do you find a lot of people calling California state lists, and what skip tracing services do you use? So solution home buyers, I do. I a lot of times, but one nice thing about people that are calling and they've gotten calls before is a lot of times the people before me haven't been able to do the contract, and they know I'm not making this up because they've heard this before. So that's one benefit. The guy here knew about the funds. We'll see what happens with that. I don't know if I'm going to get that deal or not, but he definitely knew about the funds. And yeah, you get all sorts of different situations like that. So it's just yeah, we'll definitely see. So I hope that answers your question. Okay, about in regards to calling a competition. Does competition get me from doing deals? Absolutely not. I mean, I think you guys have all seen that on this phone call, and I have a lot of people to follow up with. There's over 300,000 leads in the state of California, so there's definitely not shortage. And there's other states that are hardly being worked at all. There's contracts and everything. You could put under contract with the person. You could work it that way and do many different solutions that way in regards to getting contracts back. All right, Warriors, I'm going to turn this call over to Barry. YouTube, I appreciate you guys being on. I'm going to end this right now. Thank you everyone for being on. I appreciate it. And I'll see everybody around.
How's everybody doing?